Hello everyone, welcome back.
Tends to happen when heroes hit level 2 though. Here we go. Nice avalanche dodge actually.
That harass is so nasty. They're trying... they attempted to break down that Lena early, but instead no one able to capitalize, taking out Skylar. Now a bit of a slowdown. Oh, interested dive tower, try to catch this Lena out early. But the initial damage isn't there. A good dodge of the LSA. And Desire's trying to hunt her down. The Clockwork's able to zone out the Beastmaster. But a good throw of the axes, and they're able to trade. And I'm sure Monaspa are going to be happy with that. Too much of the lane farm.
And his other lanes are not really struggling, so it's fine. Wish now popping the exorcism, but he has no creep, so it's a bit awkward. He'll get against some good damage. You see a glimpse back, but Spartan is still gonna pay the price. Wish being very aggressive here with his siphons. He's getting away with it. They still haven't killed the tier 1.
Clockwork will slowly clap that wrench to deny the tower. So, sure, it's finally taken down, but this is at the 10-minute mark with the Death Prophet mid, and you don't even get the confirmed gold off of it. It's a bit rough. Rupture Glimpse forcing the Phoenix Egg to come out, just barely going back in. A bold move from the Doom, just to be able to take down the egg.
That was a nice...
Always been pretty useful, and happens to synergize reasonably with the Doom. They just stack up that disable and silence, but now you have this Death Prophet mid, able to run down this Caudal. No competition, but all this nuke damage. The Lena is so strong, despite just having the Maelstrom with the Falcon Blade. It's all she needs to start tearing this Monaspa side apart. And they're trying to take the Tiny out with it to finish. The Phoenix should be able to confirm this. Yeah, certainly. You have a little bit less direct gold benefits from the impact these supports have made on the side of Monaspa. And they're willing to full send on this Doom despite the lack of support. The Caudal barely HP. Not catching out the Doom.
Find this DD and Wishes bottle, exorcism ready.
They have the chance to go for this. There's no blink on the Doom yet, so I don't think that's going to matter. They have enough lockdown that the Disruptor is going to be able to follow it up, and the Doom even dropping it, just going ahead on the Clockwork to help reduce that damage and escape, and Death Prophet spell to help finish it off.
And Aegis as well, which means that they should be able to get a free tier 2 here. Doom is TPing
Start putting pressure on this tier 2. Everyone's set up. Doom preparing to rotate in. Likely to get it off on the Lena, plus the Disruptor. So much dot damage with the Phoenix using the heal to help out-trade this. So despite the 2 ultis dropped on the Lena, she's able to hold on, keep her life, and not go down. This Death Prophet is the sole survivor as this Beastmaster's just farming in the dire jungle. Gets completely taken down. And that's going to be a 1-team fight on top of this tier 2 soon to fall. Feels a bit insane in some ways. But because she got away with all that, they're able to keep running around this place.
It's just so hard to smoke out of base with all of the lanes pushed in and no vision. Wish already goes down.
That Death Prophet just disappeared from the Lena. They're able to isolate the Disruptor, and they can just really chase all of them around now. Team's been picked apart before a team fight even began. They know where this Doom is. He's trying to BKB, give him the space to at least run away. So no way for him to reinitiate and get this contact in. They have to wait for these respawns so they can at least have 1 or 2 buybacks. Trying to teleport out will be denied. And I doubt there's going to be a buyback, but just a GG shortly.
Yeah, Phoenix even going for the celebration ulti. He was practically full HP. He was like, why not? We've won. Rival takes it out by the skin of his teeth. With the Doom buyback, they might be able to do something. Should be able to get DK Fogas at least.
Certainly, and just having the base attack with it. A lot more damage than a death by 1,000 cuts. And with big team fight, the BKB allows to ignore the initial contact. Doom still not used. Deciding to back out of the engagement. Who knows Lena's teleporting somewhere, at least for a second. Canceling it at the last moment. And that Phoenix burn is providing so much heal and cover for them. And even just dying with the egg, the GG's out. They're checked out. Fantastic first game, Darkside. Monaspa, interesting ideas to start.
Darkside's looking really good, but I wonder if...
Hello and welcome back to the BetBoom universe.
Skylark already taking a lot of damage. So
that
awkward.
clockwork, just the stun helps so much. The Spirit Siphon's going to keep her nice and healthy, at least for the moment. And they're looking to take down this Pudge. That's a lot more damage than I expected, and just barely the Death Prophet's able to catch out the clockwork getting. Got a little bit of that Prince money going.
Someday. He's gonna commit for this. Can he get the kill before he gets 5 stacks? No.
Oh, now the Marcy can have the lockdown too to follow it up. Oh, just...
It's not what you wanna see if you put your money on Monaspa. They're not even gonna find damage.
Gonna try to pop what he can. Oh my. Did that 5th stack not connect?
I'm not sure. Looks like
Feels
it
like
did.
it should've.
Ooh, nice hook. Oh, but the neutral gets it.
Oh no. Harass his opponent out of lane instead.
I think Monaspa is just gonna be waiting for the Blink Dagger on Wish now.
Ooh, though we're gonna have a bit of a blink away. A nice double. The rotation. Pudge barely keeping his life, but that means they're going to follow up with a response to take out the Death Prophet to try to get a decent enough trade out of this.
Doesn't want to wait for the Blink. He wants to make something happen now. And I think that's the right call. He needs to make something happen. Because no one is getting out of control. Nice
Beautiful
kill.
nuke. It's going to force the Nature's Prophet to immediately run out. Clockwork's going to try to do what he can to get 2 couriers. Almost finds the second. But will be taken out. Just pulls out the cog, so it's hard for them to just freely rotate. Hold them back for a few seconds. You can see that global presence from Nature's Prophet able to exploit getting the push. And the Marcy with the flank. Could be able to find 2 here, but there's no way for them to disable the Pudge initially. They're able to get all that early damage, and it's thanks to the Shadow Demon to be able to make that space. And they burn down the double as well as that top tower.
Yeah, DK Fogas just going for them. Needs to be a bit careful, but DK Fogas is very low.
And if this keeps up, another pick on a Skylark. Pudge coming in to try to respond, but the Clockwork is so good at interrupting that. The Sniper's had such a free game. I don't know how concerned he's going to be about getting picked off, especially when the Nature's going to focus on...
Very nice for a Monaspa though. They get to trade the Death Prophet for the Sniper. Oh, Fish completely out of mana. I think he may be in trouble here. Just maybe.
Bit of revenge. And with all these rotations and that pick off there.
It was very descriptive.
It explains itself well enough. But here we go with this team fight. They're unable to close the gap and catch onto the Sniper. The Pudge starting to walk this way, but the best he can do is try to shred this Marcy with the Death Prophet ult. He'll be able to succeed that much. Actually make it 2 caught down. Able to isolate the offlaner and the supports. Take down who they can actually eliminate. With that nuke, it does surprisingly little. Only brings the Natures down to half. And there's no one to follow up the tiny toss. So it means as the Pudge Death Prophet go in here to try to help, the Disable is able to take the Sniper down. But with that second life in the Aegis, the right click barely not enough to finish off the Pudge. Base gap between the Sniper and the Natures. And this could be the team fight. Both teams smoked into each other. The initial info locked down on this Pudge in the cog, and they're able to catch this Sniper, having the Earth Spirit ult to help separate him. But again, that Hurricane Pike so useful in helping the escape, separating through, and they're able to catch out the Death Prophet on the side.
Now they blinks in. This could be big. Wow, Monaspa is doing it. They're down. I think maybe they can do it. Oh, and that's one way to start the fight, exactly by killing the Sniper and then the Clockwork. Is Darkside really gonna throw this? Was Dota 2 plus terms? I think they will destroy them. But if they get initiated on like the Shadow Demon or the Sniper, I could really see them struggling.
I mean, even if they don't, it's potentially fine. They just can't let them burst down this Sniper early. And that's exactly the issue. The save to stop the Clockwork from getting immediately nuked down. But there's no one to keep them off of the Sniper for the second. So he's popped the Aegis, being respawned. 2 of the supports automatically wiped out. It's effective enough burst. The concussive shot with the BKB is going to be enough to allow him to escape. No, the BKB is still on cooldown, I believe, for the Nature's Prophet, so he will be eliminated.
Now from Darkside.
That's both their supports immediately taken out, so they go for the double buyback going into this. The Sniper's isolated. He hasn't been able to get these item upgrades yet, unable to get the damage. So not only do they buy back, but they just teleport out. They can't take the fights. They're able to remove the Pudge. With the rest of the teams here, the Exorcism's out. And with no one to use it against, they can freely use it on a tower instead.
I mean, they killed a Pudge this time, but it took so much commitment.
Damage, but I think someone needs to deal with not necessarily breaking through the armor, but it's the high HP regen.
Rival.
That's a big pick to find.
Is the game just over?
It's starting to look like it. They're starting to falter these deaths one at a time, getting picked off. They still have the buyback on the Natures. But now the Marcy's caught out. They almost got the stun on the Sniper. Forts are failing to protect themselves and getting chipped away.
So now we have a 5k gold lead for Monaspa. And I feel like Seneko is also gonna die. Trying to skip the creep. Not gonna succeed.
Basically no.
Darkside going for a smoke. Now it feels like a desperation smoke for them.
It's a good hook, but it's a bit unfortunate having to use the disrupt to save the Mercy, at least for a moment, because she's stuck on the high ground. They're aware of this, and the exorcism could finish her off shortly. But able to BKB to ignore it, just hunt her down. Bit spread all across, trying to wrap around, and just the raw damage is almost enough to finish off the punch, but the Guardian Angel will save him as it gives all this additional HP. The Sniper and the NP are taken out without buybacks, and they're going to be able to take out the rest, and this should be GG.
Man, I can't believe it. I mean, I did say before today, if any team can pull off really weird